It's filled with gods, angels, and mortals. Millions of races. But only one race will rule over everything. I'm very close to surpassing a god of destruction. However, I think Vegeta is further ahead. Son Goku, you'll never surpass me. Even though you could already be a great god of destruction. Not at all. I don't want to be a god of destruction. After the Tournament of Power, I realized there are even more impressive beings, and I feel that beyond gods and angels, there could be incredible things. I have to learn to control my power right now. Kakarot, you should train more. I've already surpassed you, and by a lot. You're right, Vegeta, but when I master my power, I don't think you'll be able to do anything against me. You're an insect. You too, calm down. Both of you are already capable of surpassing a god of destruction. I'm sure if you two fused, you'd be on the same level as a supreme god. Supreme god. Vaya, mi escapo. We're not supposed to talk about them. Who are those supreme gods, and why do they want to keep it hidden in an unknown place? We must eliminate that threat called Son Goku. His level is increasing in a really impressive way. That Scion has an ability that even he doesn't know about yet. As time goes by, his power doubles every month. If we let him live, what happened many years ago could happen again, when that Super Saiyan, the legendary god, almost wiped us all out. We should summon all the supreme gods to wipe out the Saiyan race and also rebel against that bastard Phenosama and the angels. Why should I obey your orders? You know my power is very similar to Phenosama's. I could kill you at any moment. Fine. What do I have to do? Go immediately to where Son Goku is and wipe out his entire race. If you let any of them live, I'll wipe you out in the blink of an eye. As you command. The time has come to put an end to all of this. On Beerus's planet, the supreme gods are entities above the angels, being the most extraordinary and mythical beings of all. In fact, one of them matches the power of Xenosama. In total, there are 6 supreme gods in the highest ranks. The first is named Heisei Jin, supreme god of death from Universe 13. He is one of the most ruthless and evil of the supremes. He possesses incredible strength. The second supreme is known as the goddess Tanya, from Universe 14. She possesses immortality and has extraordinary abilities such as healing and regeneration. She can create life anywhere in the universe. The third is a god of wisdom named Zyro, from Universe 15. He possesses all the knowledge of existence itself and is one of the most powerful beings that could exist, although no one knows his abilities. But he has never been defeated. So then, is he the strongest? No, no one has seen him for millions of years, since he remains in a hidden dimension. Next, there's the goddess Dara from Universe 16. Her divine key is extremely high, and she possesses a type of energy that's very different and much more powerful than the others. She doesn't have much physical strength, but her speed surpasses the speed of light, allowing her to travel through time and space. She even went so far as to challenge my father, Razingdun. What? Impossible. So there really are some incredibly powerful beings. However, there's also the supreme being of Universe 17, named Terex, the god of mentality, who is capable of controlling any kind of being and is an expert in deception. He's someone to be feared. That god sounds interesting. In the last supreme goddess, Kuraili, the goddess of magic. She absorbs any living object and rivals the goddess Tanya. No one has ever seen her before, and she possesses incredible brute strength. With everything you've said, Whis, I'm even more excited. I'd love to fight someone like that right now. You've mentioned all the supreme gods now, right? There's still the most complete and terrifying supreme being of all, the progenitor supreme god, Kaido. He surpasses Zenosama. What? He surpasses Zenosama. Exactly. His abilities make him a tangible and unimaginable being. He can see the future, and with his eyes, he can create it and do anything, even destroy all 18 universes, right? Although I've never heard of a supreme being with such immense power. Goku and Vegeta were left speechless after hearing about all these hidden deities. Alright, well, we're heading back to Earth, Lord Beerus. You pair of fools, don't even think about opening your mouths and saying anything about the supreme gods. Is that clear? Relax, don't worry. Alright, now we're really leaving. Goku was about to use instant transmission, but he couldn't sense his friend's energy. What are you waiting for, Kakarot? Something strange is going on. Goku, what's wrong with you? I don't know. I can't sense anyone's ki. Hey, Whis, did you put up a barrier? Of course not. Someone just created a barrier. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. God of Destruction of Universe 7. But, are you? I wasn't expecting this. Who is he? And why is Beerus so scared? What are you doing here, Supreme God Heisei Jin? Wow, how dare you raise your voice at me? That's disrespectful. The god of destruction was really scared, but also very serious. Heisei Jin-sama, what brings you here? I don't want any more trouble, so hand over those two scions right now. Does he want us? And what do you want them for? That's none of your business. Hey, you, insect, what do you want us for? Son Goku, your race is a great danger to us. That's why I have to wipe you out completely, leaving no trace of you or your entire race. But what are you saying, insect? Hey, Heisei Jin, you're in my territory. In my universe, you don't have permission to do anything. Is that what you think? If you do anything to me, the great Zeno-sama will destroy you. None of that matters anymore. Everything is going to end. The Supreme God releases a bit of his power and in a matter of seconds leaves Bills lying on the ground, barely alive. Then, at incredible speed, the Supreme Deity throws a punch at the angel. But the angel would dodge it without much difficulty. However, the god unleashes even more power, managing to land a hard blow, leaving Goku stunned. What the hell is that speed and strength? I can't believe it. The world as they knew it will end soon. Not taking any chances, Goku decides to transform into Super Saiyan Blue, unleashing all his ki. Goku attacks the Supreme God, but the deity lands a powerful blow to his stomach, slamming the Saiyan to the ground. Vegeta is left terrified. Impossible, he's from another dimension. It's your turn now. The prince, in his fighting form, lands a blow to the chest, but it has no effect. How pathetic all of you are. Do you really think you can do anything against me? The god, humiliated, collapses at his feet, completely defeated. Heisei Jin proceeds to rise into the sky, charging a nova with immense divine energy. This can't be happening. This guy is going to wipe us all out. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't do anything against that god. His power is just mind-blowing. Goku collapses to the ground, defeated. Kakarot, are you really thinking of giving up? Vegeta would get up, badly injured, starting to unleash a power within him. Kakarot, let's attack together. I think that sounds good. Exclaimed the Saiyan, letting out a powerful shout. So both Saiyans, at 200% Super Saiyan Blue, charge up and unleash their best attacks, but the god doesn't take any damage at all. Is that all you've got? Goku and Vegeta quickly throw a super punch, but the god stops both of them with one hand, then gathers power in his arm, crushing Goku and Vegeta's bones before slamming them to the ground with an attack, defeating them once again. Vegeta, this isn't over yet. I'll have to use this technique. KO. Kaioken times 50. Goku shouted, attacking the deity even with his broken arms. How pathetic, said the god, when suddenly Heisei Jin received a powerful kick to the face, sending the god crashing into some rocks. Goku collapses to the ground, completely drained, while on the other side, the heavily injured prince gets up, grabbing Goku and the others who had fainted, and was about to escape the planet when suddenly... Where do you think you're going? What the hell? Vegeta escapa. I'll buy you some time. Goku was about to sacrifice himself for all his friends. The Supreme Deity launches a super attack, but at that moment Whis appears, stopping the attack. But what is he doing? What are you doing, Whis? Hurry up and get out of here. Train as much as you can and don't die. We'll see each other in the afterlife. No, damn it, Whis. The angel dies after taking the powerful attack. The god of destruction sheds some tears, remembering the good times he had with the angel, and begins to unleash a completely unknown power and a unique energy. The god starts to be surrounded by Hakai energy. I won't let you go. Bill charges at the Supreme God, but someone is about to blow up the god. No way. Who was it? Wow, Josephine, I can't believe you're wasting so much time with this trash. I told you to get rid of them quickly. It was the prodigy god who had appeared. Sorry, I just wanted to have some fun. Have fun. The Supreme God's eyes shine, bringing the Supreme God to the ground. Goku and Vegeta were in shock. They hadn't seen the speed of the progenitor god. Damn it, they killed Bills however they could. But they won't take anyone else's life. I didn't want to use this, but now I have to surpass my limits and avenge Bills. I must break through all the barriers. Now, for Luis's death, I will have my revenge and finish you all. No, don't do that. had reached the full Phase 2 of Super Saiyan Blue. I knew you Saiyans were dangerous. Get ready, because I'm going to eliminate you. Goku lands a direct hit on the Supreme God, but he just opens and closes his eyes, shattering every bone in Goku's body. Goku, overwhelmed by intense pain, falls to his knees before the god. Kaido looks at the Supreme God, healing him with just a glance. Hashijin was scared and terrified, since he would have been beaten up by Kaido. Kaido was about to kill Goku, but Vegeta intervenes, unleashing some of his power, and the aura begins to slowly disintegrate the Prince of the Saiyans. No, Vegeta. With nothing left, Goku collapses in defeat, only able to watch as his friend is exterminated. Before you die, son Goku, I want to show you something. Kaido makes the bodies of his friends appear, completely covered in blood, leaving Goku speechless. No, I can't believe this. How could you dare do such a thing? How could you kill my friends? Goku couldn't do anything, overwhelmed by despair, slowly closing his eyes. The Supreme God would pierce through Goku, killing him in a matter of seconds. Alright, now let's go after the other gods of destruction. As you command, my lord. But what? How am I still alive? You're finally awake. You had me worried. I thought you were dead. Who are you? I am the goddess Tanya, a supreme goddess, and watch your words. Thanks to my abilities and powers, I just brought you back to life only because I saw your memories and what happened to you. Without a doubt, what that god did to you and your friends was something very bad and unpleasant. Your name is Tanya. That name sounds familiar to me. Obviously, I am well known by most people. I am the goddess of life. But changing the subject, I can't believe what happened. Me neither. Those bastards killed everything I cared about. I will never, ever forgive them. Even if it takes me thousands of years, I will destroy them with my own hands. Goku began to raise his ki to an enormous level, surprising the Supreme Goddess. Hey, wait, right now you don't have any power at all. I know that, but I don't care. I'm going right now. Don't go. He'll kill you again. I'll try 1,000 more times. You really are a complete fool. That's the most powerful Supreme God among all of us. Not even in millions of years will you be able to defeat him. No one here dares to look him in the eye because we all know how powerful he is. Don't you know he's the brother of the Ami King, Zeno-sama? What? That can't be true. The goddess was confused because Kaido hadn't completely eliminated Goku, so she was wondering why he would let Goku live. Goku tells the Supreme Kai to use her abilities to bring his friends back to life, but Tanya shakes her head. But why? Listen to me carefully, my powers only work on physical bodies, and your friends have been reduced to ashes. There's nothing I can do. Goku becomes sad and angry. Then I'll have to go look for the Super Dragon Balls. You can't. I just witnessed the Dragon God Zarama being absorbed. What? That great dragon was absorbed? But how? That's right. And apparently, all of this is being caused by the progenitor god. Kaido, we have to do something before all the universes are destroyed. And why don't you contact Zeno-sama and Dazinken? Unfortunately for the Supreme Gods, we are forbidden from entering the territory of the King of All, so we can't get close or we'll die. You're a very powerful goddess, right? So, could you train me? I won't do it. Your power is very low, even though you're a strong mortal. Never underestimate a Saiyan. I'll train you only on the condition that you can touch me. Alright then, here I go. Goku transforms and attacks the goddess, but he trips and falls on top of her, accidentally touching her breasts. This leaves the goddess blushing and angry, and she slaps Goku. Sorry, it was an accident, but either way, I managed to touch you. So you'll train me, right? Insolent mortal, how dare you touch the breasts of a supreme goddess? I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Shut up. Listen to me, starting tomorrow we'll train, so get ready. Said the blushing goddess. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the galaxies, Hashifin, after having wiped out the Saiyans, went from planet to planet destroying each god of destruction, while Kaido took care of the angels. Meanwhile, in another part of the universes, where the heck am I, and how am I still alive? So you finally wake up, Scion from Universe 7. I am Corelli, the supreme goddess of magic. Vegeta is very surprised and angry. Why the hell am I in this place? Why didn't I die? You should be thanking me. I just saved your pathetic life. If it weren't for me, you'd be in the same hell. And why did you save me? What's your reason? I couldn't let the Scion race be wiped out. You are a pretty mysterious race, and I wanted to know your limits. So I'll take it upon myself to train you. Are you really going to do that? You Scions might be the key to all existence. That's why I'll do it. Vegeta, sensing that the Supreme Goddess is extremely powerful, would agree to be trained. However, in his thoughts, he would say to himself, those two damn Supreme Gods soon will meet face to face, and this time I'll make sure to take them out. 2 weeks would have passed since Goku and his friends were defeated by the Supreme Gods. Supreme Tanya had been training with Goku all this time. Goku was training with a lot of anger and desperation, always remembering his friends and everyone who had died, pushing himself harder than usual. Because of this, in just 2 weeks, the Scion's powers had increased to staggering levels, leaving Supreme Tanya speechless. Very good, Goku, I'm impressed. Now show me 100% of your power. Let's see how much you've improved during this time. I'll just show you a little of my power so you can see what a Scion is capable of. Then, Goku transformed into Super Saiyan Blue at maximum power, but this time with an overwhelming difference. You surprise me. I wasn't expecting this change. I feel like I still have a long way to go before I can defeat those bastards. ES burst down. You don't have enough energy and strength for a fight with them, but we still have time. With the barrier I put up, they won't be able to find us so easily, or at least, that's what you all think. Has he been? Has he been? But how the hell did you find us? Goku, in shock, would look at one of the beings who killed his friends, remembering his fallen comrades. No, the Scion, suddenly bursting with tremendous energy, charges at the Supreme God in a fury. Meanwhile, on the same planet, Vegeta would sense two powerful energies. That key belongs to Kakarot. It can't be that he's alive and on this planet, the chances are very slim. Even so, I have to go see whose energies these are. Corelli told me this planet is full of supreme and powerful entities, so this will be very interesting to further increase my powers. At that moment, Vegeta would sense Hashigen's energy even more strongly. Wait, that's not possible. Is this cursed energy? How could he have located the supreme planet if I and the other gods living here put up a very powerful barrier so that no being could enter the atmosphere? This is a big problem. At that moment, Vegeta appears behind Tanya. Hey, you're a supreme, right? Your name is Tanya, isn't it? Wait, how do you know my name, and why is there another mortal living on this planet? I'm a disciple of Supreme Corelli, and she told me everything about the supreme gods and those who are on this planet. I am a Scion, the prince of all Scions, the great Vegeta, and I came here because I sense two powerful energies. Vegeta looks off into the distance and sees Goku fighting the supreme god Jashigen, and is left amazed. I knew it, Kakarot is alive too, and on this planet. There's no time over there, and on the other hand, damn it, I trained so much and yet this guy is still so powerful. You'll never be able to beat me. Goku was being humiliated once again by Jashigen, while KO communicates telepathically with the Supreme God. So you found the lair of those insects. Finish them off. As you command, my lord. Goku was trying to keep up a fight with the Supreme Jashigen, but it was impossible. This being was extremely powerful, and Goku still couldn't do almost any damage to him, as Jashigen grabbed him by the neck and started choking him. Goku, in his Scion thoughts, was on the verge of death when... I'm glad to see you again, Kakarot. Vegeta, is it really you? Vegeta, you have to get out of here. This guy has power beyond anything we can imagine. Not even with training could I do anything to him. All my effort was in vain. I just wanted to avenge our friends. Kakarot, don't you realize? We all have a weakness, and I'm sure I'll find this damn god's weakness. Vegeta looks at Hashashin to unleash a supernatural power, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue evolution, and begins attacking Hashashin with multiple blows. It became a bit more difficult for Hashashin to dodge Vegeta's attacks, so he distanced himself a little and said, "I'm surprised by the level of you two, especially your Saiyan power. I didn't expect that you, who have always been in second place, would now be stronger than the other mortal." But even so, the deity lands a punch to Vegeta's face, sending him flying into the air, and then launches a supernova at his stomach. Vegeta would take the full hit, causing an explosion. As the smoke cleared, a de-transformed and badly injured Vegeta could be seen. "I expected more from you," said Hashashin, launching a massive energy ball to eliminate both Saiyans. But suddenly Tanya and Kareli appeared, disintegrating the god's attack. "But what are you two doing? You're supposed to be on my side, not with those Saiyans." Tanya would say, "Of course we're not with you. We, the supreme gods, do not support evil, nor will we support your plan to destroy everything. Those Saiyans did nothing wrong. You and Kaito ruined their lives." At that moment, the Supreme Goddesses would begin an intense battle with Hashashin, resulting in an evenly matched fight, since Hashashin was undoubtedly one of the most powerful of the Supremes. While they were fighting on one side, Goku approaches Vegeta. "Vegeta, not even with Super Saiyan Blue Phase 2 or 3 can we take on that guy. We have to go beyond that. That's why, fuse with me." What are you talking about, you insect? I will never fuse with you. "Vegeta, you know we don't stand a chance, not even surpassing Super Saiyan Blue Phase 3. We have to fuse. Not again. I don't want to fuse with you, Kakarot. Don't bother me. Vegeta, ese maldito mató a Krillin, Milk, Bulma, Trunks y a todos, Kakaroto. Esta será solo será la última vez. ¿Me escuchaste bien?" "Whatever you say, Vegeta, but today we're going to take down that wretch." "Kakarot, hurry up, that bastard is about to finish off the Supreme Goddesses. Let's do it now. Without a doubt, you two are not on my level, so get lost, and I'll let them live." Hashashin with extreme speed would bring a supernova close to both Supreme Goddesses. Damn it, we're doomed, Tanya. We both knew that facing Hashashin wouldn't be easy. The two Supremes were in trouble, about to be hit by Hashashin's attack, but suddenly, Gogeta appears in front of them. "I'll handle this, you two get out of here." Gogeta would easily stop Hashashin's supernova. Was there another Saiyan? At that moment, Gogeta would absorb all of Hashashin's supernova. Hashashin is left stunned, seeing that standing before him was none other than Gogeta in perfect Ultra Instinct. "I hope you're ready, Hashashin, because I'm going to break every part of you." Speechless, Hashashin attacks Gogeta, exchanging multiple blows, but with a single kick, Gogeta sends him flying. Then Gogeta shouts, "Bing Bang Kamehameha! Damn you!" screams Hashashin as he takes the powerful attack, exploding into 1,000 pieces. With that, Gogeta had finished off the first Supreme, defusing, and both Saiyans collapsed to the ground, completely drained of energy. En otra parte del universo, no puedo creer que Hashashin haya sido derrotados por esos dos Saiyans. That's why I said they're a threat. Besides, Tanya and Kareli are with them. Those traitors will pay dearly for this. I'll have to send the mentality. Meanwhile, wake up already. Goku and Vegeta would get up. What happened? Were we able to defeat Hashashin? You two have really surprised me. You did it, guys? In the end, our training really did help you. Hey, and who are you? Asked Goku, surprised. She is Kareli, my lifelong rival, and she's also a Supreme. Tanya said this with her eyes closed. So, are there more gods here on this planet? Don't tell me, Kakarot, that your Supreme Goddess Tanya didn't tell you anything, Vegeta said with a slight smile. Goku, annoyed, "Shut up, Vegeta. Tanya only helps me train, not like you two who probably spend all your time talking." "Ah, what the hell are you talking about, you insect?" "Hey, you two, stop fighting already. We still have a lot of work to do, so you better recover and be ready. Besides, this time we'll all train together, and we'll be training too, so get ready. And by the way, I want you two to do that fusion more often. You need to learn to get along together." Vegeta, annoyed, "Not in 1,000 years will I do it again." Kareli, annoyed, says to Vegeta, "You'll do it whether you like it or not, understood?" Vegeta would just turn his head without saying anything. Goku and Tanya are surprised to see how Kareli has Vegeta under control, and Kareli looks very proud of herself. At that moment, Tanya approaches Goku. Very well, Goku, I'm proud that you're my disciple. You could have died, but even so, you kept going until the end and saved me. Unexpectedly, Tanya gives Goku a kiss on the cheek, leaving everyone stunned. Al ver que la diosa de la vida era tan cariñosa con su discípulo, no es nada en verdad, Tanya, tú también ayudaste mucho, eres una maestra grandiosa. Goku hugs Tanya, while on the side, Vegeta and Kareli watch, both blushing a little as they see the two showing affection. Are those two involved in something? Vegeta wondered to himself as he looked at Kareli. What are you looking at? Said Kareli, blushing deeply as she noticed Vegeta staring at her. Shut up, insect, Vegeta replied, turning his head away in embarrassment. I hope to keep getting stronger. Elsewhere in the multiverse, two great beings were locked up in a cage. Great Zeno-sama, I'm sorry. I didn't expect the Supreme Gods to rebel and attack us. Don't worry, Daishinkan. Even if we can get out of this prison, we need to plan how to defeat them. Now that they've taken over the universes, everything will be chaos. But we still have several Supreme Gods and other beings on our side. I hope they can help us. What do you think of my temporary prison? These eyes can create anything. Why are you locking us up? You know we'll get out of here someday, right? I know that, but not before I absorb you. Just wait a little longer, laughed the progenitor god, leaving as he said, meanwhile I'll go convince all the Supreme Gods. You keep an eye on those Saiyans, kill them. If you capture them, even better, since I'm interested in their blood. As you wish, leave it to me, I'll make sure they experience true terror myself. It had been about a month since the defeat of the Supreme God Hashijin. Hey Vegeta, we've gotten really strong this month. I feel like I'm just a step away from reaching the level of that Supreme God Hashijin. Don't exaggerate either, Kakarot. That Supreme God had a monstrous power. However, thanks to the Supremes, we've greatly increased our powers and abilities. Besides, they're teaching us to control magical energy that even they themselves can't control. Are you saying that if we master that kind of magical energy, we could become as powerful as Hashijin? Don't doubt it. You two are very advanced. I don't understand how you can keep increasing your power more and more. There must be some formula or something. He doesn't believe it. Estanya. Yes, it's very strange. It might be their Saiyan blood and their obsession with fighting. However, don't forget that there are beings even stronger, and at any moment they could come and destroy us. Let them all come. We'll take care of those insects. Don't say that, Vegeta. Even my father could defeat you. Your father. You have a father, Kareli? Tanya, somewhat annoyed. Her father is one of the strongest gods. That means she's a little more powerful than I am. She spends all her time training with him. Sabedlo todo. Hey, don't call my father a know-it-all. Sabedlo todo. Why do they call him that? My father is the supreme god of wisdom and is one of the most powerful. In fact, he's been training for a few months now in the middle of space and time, gathering a lot of energy in case a really powerful threat appears. Why didn't you tell me you had someone that strong? I would have preferred to train with him instead of you. What did you just say? Kareli said angrily. Vegeta, a bit scared. Forget it, I didn't say anything. My father will return from his deep training in a few days. Great. I can't wait to see how powerful he is, said Goku, very excited. But don't get too excited. That man really hits hard. Besides, it's impossible to land a hit on him and he's very full of himself. How exciting. Vegeta laughed happily, while Tanya was a bit annoyed. But what's wrong with you, Tanya? Don't you like Kareli's father? Tanya, angry, says, I'm going downtown to look for some artifacts. See you later, exclaimed the Supreme Goddess, leaving very upset. Everyone is left a bit confused. Wow, so she's still affected. What are you talking about? Did something happen with your father? Well, the truth is that my father wasn't always as good as he is now. Back in his teenage years, he was one of the kings of many planets, conquering and destroying numerous civilizations and ruling over different galaxies. He was one of the most feared beings by everyone because of his immense power and wisdom, since he knows everything. He has the ability to know everything that happens in space and time, and as it happens, one of the planets my father destroyed was Tanya's planet. Goku and Vegeta are left stunned. But then your father was very evil. Yes, he was a very dangerous being, but ever since he met my mother, he changed completely. He always apologized to Tanya whenever he could, but I see that she still holds a lot of resentment toward him. Wow, I really didn't see that coming. Well, I think the best thing to do now is to go visit Ilux. Ilux? Who is that? He is a supreme demigod and half-mortal. Thanks to you, I was able to strengthen my skills and attacks, but this training is no longer enough. Besides, I'm more into magic, I'm not really into physical attacks, and you two have already reached an extraordinary physical level. However, you still lack technique and need more energy, more magic, and greater mental strength. So it will be necessary to go see Ilux. He is the demigod who surpasses the supreme gods, even without using his physical body, just with mental attacks and more. It would be awesome to meet someone that strong. Sounds good. The three of them would go to visit the so-called supreme demigod. They arrived at a desolate place with a house in the middle of nature. What a peaceful place. Are you sure this is the place? You're not lying to us, right? Of course not. And besides, I would never lie to you, Kareli exclaimed, flirting with Vegeta, which made the Saiyan blush. When suddenly, a voice was heard in all three of their minds. What do you want, and why did you bring two mortals here, Kareli? Wow, you already got into our minds. With you, there really is no privacy. Wow, this demigod can be inside our minds. That's impressive. Yes, but that's only because our defenses are down. He has a limit, so you mortals came here for me to train you. At that moment, a small being appeared in front of them, really tiny. Is he the powerful being you told us about? He doesn't look very strong, he looks like a toy. Does that guy really have that much power? I'll have to see for myself, said Goku as he lunged forward and threw a punch at the demigod, who fell to the ground, defeated. Goku was impressed. But I only hit him once, he's really weak. What are you talking about, idiot? You're just really strong. He's incredibly weak. I told you so. He's strong, but not physically. He's strong mentally and in the use of magic and other abilities. Ah, now I get it. Sorry, I thought you were different. Be more careful next time and don't. Now, just for that, I'm going to hit you, said Goku with a smile. I don't think you can, but if you want to try, go ahead, ha ha ha. At that moment, the demigod closes his eyes, and then Goku raises his hand and punches himself. Both Saiyans are left stunned, but what did that insect just do? Do you want another one? Wait, how did you do that? It was easy. You're not that strong mentally, so I was able to bypass your brain's barriers and control your body. That's incredible. He can control anyone? He looks so harmless, but he also possesses extraordinary magical energy. Hey, Ilux, I want you to train these two idiots, at least for a few days or weeks until my father comes back. And why should I do that? Porque no lo haces tú. I have to go to another galaxy because they need me urgently. Besides, you know there are supreme gods who are rebelling against Zeno-sama and all of us, right? Yes, I noticed that. The supreme gods have split into groups, but don't worry, I'm on your side. Any supreme who comes with other intentions, I'll take care of them. Be very careful, they have the supreme god Mentalidad and he can control many supremes. Huh, Mentalidad? I'm more powerful than that guy. Don't brag so much. Mentalidad is someone to be feared, one of Kaito's pillars. If we defeat Mentalidad, Kaito will be greatly affected and will be able to attack him face to face. But if he has Mentalidad alive by his side, we have no chance of fighting Kaito, since thanks to Mentalidad they're controlling hundreds of supreme gods and forming their own army, just like us, who are only a small group. We may be a small group of supremes, sure, but we're powerful, don't forget that. In any case, let's not get overconfident, Kareli said seriously. All right, Kareli, I'll train these two fools for you. When you come back, these two might not be the same as before. Are you sure you want to leave them with me? I'm very sure. I need them to change their mindset. I see they're very overconfident and mentally fragile. Don't worry, I'll train them since they have great power and it could be useful for the final battle. Thank you, Ilux. See you later then. Of course, Ilux laughed as he said goodbye to Kareli. At that moment, Goku would suffer a mental blow, letting out a cry of pain. Ah, damn it, my brain hurts. And this is only the beginning. Meanwhile, now that I have Zeno-sama and the Grand Priest in my hands, I will be able to absorb their power. They have so much power that it will take me weeks to drain them completely, but in the meantime, I will destroy everything they built so I can continue spreading my evil energy and ensure that only one race exists, us, the Supreme Ones. Meanwhile, elsewhere, that's enough, please. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm really tired. I agree with you, Insect. Both Saiyans exclaimed, begging for a break. It's already been 2 weeks since we started, and look, they're still holding on. That means the results are starting to show. Damn it, I didn't think this training would be the toughest I've ever experienced. You're right, Vegeta, I can't take it anymore. We've been at this for 2 weeks, 24 hours a day with a headache, my eyes hurt, and whenever I try to control the magical energy, I always feel like my body is going to explode. It's an incredible pain. It's very similar to using Kaioken times 20, but this is worse because you have to endure it for so many hours. Pardenenas, my master used to torture me like this for hundreds of years. You've only been at it for 2 weeks, but your level is impressive. You said you were from a Saiyan race. I had never heard of it before, but you've already convinced me that you're very interesting, exclaimed the god while Goku and Vegeta had fallen asleep from the pain. Hey, wake up, said the demigod, making their headache 1,000 times worse, waking Goku and Vegeta up screaming, I didn't tell you to rest. As the days went by, on one hand Kareli didn't show up, while Tanya always came to visit Goku, preparing food for him and supporting him. The only time Goku felt satisfied, ate well, and felt relieved was when Tanya was with him during her free moments. Seeing how much Tanya cared for and supported him, the Saiyan began to feel a deep affection for the Supreme Goddess. Likewise, Tanya was drawn to Goku by his attitude and pure personality, which never changed. She thought that Goku was a being of light, just as Goku thought of Tanya. Both of them gradually grew to trust and care for each other more and more. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Vegeta spent his free time training because he wanted to surpass Goku and all the Supreme Gods, and also to impress Kareli, since the Saiyan was attracted to that Supreme Goddess. After a few more days, Goku and Vegeta were training with Deluxe. Damn, my abilities don't work on you two anymore. Does that mean we've reached another level? Correct, although... The demigod looks at Vegeta. Vegeta, tell me something, have you done anything? Why do you ask? Nothing, it's just that you were the first one I couldn't control. I feel like your growth was too much, but anyway, both of you have surpassed my training. It even surprises me, it took me hundreds of years, and you did it in just a few weeks. This is something unimaginable. At that moment, Tanya appears in front of them. Guys, something really bad just happened. What's wrong, Tanya? Why do you look so worried? They have Kareli. The Supreme God of Mind has her imprisoned. Those words surprise everyone, especially Vegeta. Now I understand why Kareli didn't come back. Vegeta strikes the ground, creating a small crater. Who the hell has Kareli locked up? Everyone would be frightened and shocked by Vegeta's reaction. I'm going to gather some of the strongest supreme beings, because where Kareli is, it's in Zenosama's palace. Apparently Kaito has Zenosama and the Grand Priest locked up there as well. I'll go recruit all the Supremes on this planet. You all go and help the Supreme of Wisdom. He's currently at the palace, rescuing Kareli. So that's why we didn't notice. Well, it seems I was too focused on torturing them. Goku would laugh. At least I don't feel any pain at all anymore. Besides, we trained with you for a month, but you also made us enter a room similar to the hyperbolic time chamber, except this one was in space and time moved much more slowly there. That's right, you trained in the middle of space and time. It's the same method the Supreme of Wisdom uses, and that's why he became so powerful. Very few can enter that world. There, it's just you, one with space and time at the same time, and meditating there is extremely beneficial. 10 años allí equivale a una vía aquí en este planeta. They trained for a total of 7 days, which means they spent 70 years in the midst of space and time. Honestly, I'm nothing like I was before. I can't wait to try out my new powers. Gritó Goku liberando una aura desbordante de energía. Hey Goku, you'd better save that excitement and energy for the final battle we'll have. With that, Tanya went off to gather all the allies she could to head to Zenosama's palace. Meanwhile, Goku and Ilux were planning something. Hey Vegeta, come with us. What are you waiting for? Why are you just standing there? Vegeta was very angry and serious. If they've laid a finger on her, I won't be able to stand it, Vegeta muttered furiously under his breath. Hey, what's wrong with Vegeta? He looks really furious. I think it got to him that Kareli is being held captive. Joke, sarcasm. Spill the gossip. Could it be that the great prince of the Saiyans likes a supreme goddess, and it's Kareli? Ha ha ha. Hey, lower your voice. He'll hear you and get even angrier. Sorry. Alright, let's teleport. Give me your hand, Vegeta. You two go on ahead. I'll catch up with you later. After all, I also know how to use teleportation now and travel through space. Alright. See you there. Don't be late, Vegeta. Remember that Kareli is there, Goku exclaimed teasingly. Just get lost already, shouted Vegeta. And so Goku and Deluxe would appear in the pal. Did you feel that? Yes, that's the energy of mentality. I'll take care of him. After all, I have more experience. You go and rescue Kareli, as you say. At that moment, someone appears in front of both of them. For your information, I've already put up a barrier and no one will escape. Besides, the Supreme is behind me, locked up. If you want to rescue her, you'll have to get through me. Wretch, you're a Supreme just like them. How can you be against your own kind? I don't care about my kind. They wiped out my family, it wasn't us. Your family destroyed cities, we had to stop them, otherwise they would have destroyed everything. Your very existence is already a danger. Vaya, esperaba al Saiyan, pero jamás que un simple docta semidios esté aquí también. Are you with them just because you have no other choice? Do you need affection so badly from somewhere that that's why you side with them and agreed to train them? How does he know that? That bastard already got into my mind and I didn't even notice. Since when? How the hell did he do it? Pathetic demigods, there's a reason I'm called the Supreme of the Mind, don't you think? At that moment, Goku quickly lunges to attack the deity, but he disappears. No, I don't fight. You will fight against yourselves, exclaims the entity, causing Goku to fall to the ground with a headache, just like he looks. Ah, my head, damn it. Calm down, just don't pass out. This is just a cheap trick. Use your magic and free him from your mind. At that moment, Goku released a purple aura, standing up and unleashing a great amount of magical power, allowing himself to return to normal. Wow, you're tough, Saiyan. Suddenly Goku's eyes turn somewhat red. Hey Goku, no, don't let it control you. First landing thousands of powerful, relentless and devastating blows on him in rapid succession, which Hilux, being physically very weak and lacking the necessary strength or endurance, would not be able to stop or defend against in any meaningful way, ultimately leaving him completely overwhelmed and unable to mount any resistance, referring to all of this overwhelming force and the sheer impossibility of withstanding such an onslaught. However, he would manage to create a magic barrier. Damn, he let himself get carried away. I have no choice but to fight that damn Supreme inside Goku's mind and in this way be able to free him mentally from the Supreme in Goku's mind, where Goku was mentally overwhelmed, enduring the entire fight inside his head and suffering incredible pain. Hours would pass like this, with Hilux spitting blood and blood streaming from his nose. I can't go on anymore, he's too strong. On the other hand, Goku was also spitting blood. Since the Supreme of the Mind was finishing off both of them, the Saiyan and the demigod collapsed to the ground, defeated. Así apareciendo adelante de estos la deidad algo herido y cansado, me dejaron sin muchas energías. You really were a headache for me, but now I'll finish you off. He grabs the Saiyan by the neck and Lux escapes, shouting, "Look for Vegeta, let him go, damn it." Okay, I'll let him go, the deity exclaimed, raising his arm and about to pierce Goku, but Lux would throw himself at him. However, the deity drives his hand into Lux's stomach in midair. This leaves Goku and Lux fall to the ground with white eyes, leaving Goku extremely angry. He quickly shifts into perfect Ultra Instinct and attacks the deity, but the latter manipulates time, making Goku slower and slower. The Supreme appears behind Goku, and with a single hand pierces him as well. The Saiyan reverts from his transformation, collapsing to the ground defeated next to Hilux. I told you that you are nothing but mere scum, although congratulations, you did make me unleash 100% of my mental powers, but now it's time for me to destroy you. In fact, a super beam would strike the entire temple, causing everything to start shaking. What the heck? In the background, you could see Vegeta slowly walking toward the deity, looking extremely furious. But if it's Vegeta, I told him to get here early, but he really took his time. Goku laughed, coughing up a lot of blood, completely on the verge of death. Vegeta began to speak in a very angry, low voice as he walked toward the deity where Karelia was. Karelia? That Supreme One is right here. At that moment, Mentalidad snapped his fingers as he saw how badly beaten Karelia was. Vegeta is surprised, but he restrains himself, staying completely silent. What's wrong? Aren't you going to say anything? Or do you like seeing her in that state? Vegeta just smiles. You have no idea how happy you make me. The deity is very confused. What are you talking about? It makes me very happy that you brought out this side of me, because it's been a long time since I got this angry. Vegeta clenches his fists tightly, beginning to unleash a powerful magical energy that shatters the walls. Vegeta would shift into Ultra Ego, leaving the Supreme speechless at Vegeta's incredible power, but the Saiyan Prince would keep driving him mad. Massively with great fury, he shouts, "Thank you for unleashing this from me." A flash and explosion are created, destroying absolutely everything around him, causing the Supreme to be blown away and crash into a wall. Vegeta found himself in a new transformation called Infernal Saiyan. He had combined his divine energy with his magnificent magical power and ki, filling himself with rage and hatred in order to explode and unleash his monstrous power. Vegeta smiles. You have no idea how much I want to break every part of you. I love this adrenaline. The Supreme Deity would try to control Vegeta's mind but couldn't even get close. Impossible? What the hell are you? I am your damn hell. Mentalidad tries to stop time and slow Vegeta down 1,000 times over, but Vegeta, as if nothing was happening, keeps approaching little by little with a smile, completely immune to everything. No, what are you? Your mind and your magical power surpass anything ever seen. You're not normal. On the other hand, seriously, Vegeta had all that hidden inside. I knew he was hiding something. He was the first to master magic and control it, and now he's using it at 100%. In my thousands of years, I have never seen anything like this. No, die. Mentalidad throws an energy ball full of magic, hitting Vegeta's chest, but it doesn't affect him at all. He seems like a rock. Mentalidad charges in with all his strength, throwing a punch, but his hand bends upon hitting Vegeta, since the prince's skin was extremely tough and highly resistant. Mentalidad screams in pain, but Vegeta grabs him by the face. Get ready, because this is going to be the biggest trauma of your miserable life. Vegeta smashes Mentalidad's face into the ground and then unleashes millions of blows underground, causing the deity to bleed and leaving cuts all over his body. Vegeta would take pleasure in breaking each one of Mentalidad's bones before starting to destroy his skin with his tremendous punches. With the technique, Vegeta takes the god into space itself, beginning to torture him for many weeks and months in that dimension. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Goku and Lux, with the little strength they had left and completely covered in blood, would get up and head toward Kareli. They would free her. Kareli, are you okay? I'm really sorry they captured me and it's my fault you're in this state. Don't worry, we came to help you. But it's you, Lux. And where is Vegeta? He's fighting Mentalidad right now. Seriously, by himself? That can't be. We can't leave him alone. Mentalidad will finish him off. We have to help him. I don't want anything to happen to Vegeta. Don't worry, apparently he had a hidden power and he's giving him a beating. For now, we should retreat. Is Vegeta really winning? In fact, if it weren't for him, we'd be dead and wouldn't have been able to rescue you. Thanks to training day and night, he became an extraordinary being. Did he really do that for me? Yes, even when he found out you were locked up, he got really angry and furious. He wanted to rescue you no matter what. Kareli blushed deeply. Did he really get like that because of me? Vegeta, we really have to go now? Come on, Kareli, don't just stand there, exclaimed the Supreme Kai, watching Kareli fly through the clouds, blushing hard and thinking only about Vegeta. They would escape from the palace. Wait, but my father is fighting Kaito. Your father is very powerful. I'm sure he can handle it on his own. In fact, he already defeated him once millions of years ago, didn't he? That's true, but now Kaito possesses the power of Zeno-sama and the Grand Priest. What did you just say? It can't be. So he's become an incredibly strong being. That's right. At that moment, a voice could be heard from far away in the palace. Help me. That voice is... The three of them headed toward the voice. But if it's you, Zeno-sama, and you, Grand Priest, said Goku, seeing both deities imprisoned, but they were on the verge of death, completely emaciated, and Lux would break the temporal prison. Zeno-sama and you, Grand Priest, hang in there. Forget it, Goku. That Supreme One drained every last drop of life we had left. It's only a matter of minutes before we die. No, wait, I'll help you. Kareli would try to heal and restore both Supreme Deities, but she couldn't. It's impossible. They really have no vitality left. They're saying their last words only because their souls are so strong, but in reality they're already dead. Damn it. Son Goku, please finish him and bring peace to the multiverse once again. Hey Goku, if anything happens, I'll be waiting for you in the other world to play, okay? Goku is very sad. I promise we'll play together again someday, Zen-chan. Thank you, Goku. You were the best friend I ever had. I hope we can play again soon. Those were Zeno-sama's last words before closing his eyes and dying while playing, with Daishinkan turning to ashes. Goku slams the ground hard as a tear falls from his eye, remembering those times he played with Zeno-sama. He also knew that the King of All only has one life and can never be revived again. That bastard. He took everything from me, everything. He didn't even leave me a single memory. Calm down, Goku. Everything will get better. It will get better. It will get better when I kill that wretch. Goku exclaimed, standing up with great determination. What are you planning to do? I'm going after that scum. But Goku, you just barely survived against the god of mentality. And Lux, you have no idea what my true power is? With that, Goku left, and Lux and Kareli followed, supporting him. So they came across Kaito, who was fighting with the Supreme of Wisdom. Kareli, you're here, my daughter. Kareli's father said happily, but he was completely covered in blood and badly injured. Father, I have never ever seen you in such a state. This is nothing. The fight has only just begun. Well, I see that everyone has gathered. I suppose you defeated mentality. That really is very impressive. But suddenly, Kaito began to transform. Everything started to shine and a brilliant light appeared from the sky. Everyone was left speechless upon feeling such an overwhelming presence. He did it. He managed to combine his power with that of the King of All and the Grand Priest. Is there any way to defeat him? Honestly, this is the first time this has happened to me. My answer is, I don't know. This leaves everyone stunned. But you're the one who knows everything. How can you not know? I can no longer see his future, nor can I use my time ability to see everything. Why, Father? At that moment, the Supreme Sage looks up, seeing that his eye had been torn out. He tore out my eye of existence? With this eye, I was able to see absolutely everything. The three of them are left very surprised. No, father. Kareli hugs her father when suddenly a huge ball of energy appears in front of them. Kareli, watch out! Shouted the Supreme Sage, pushing his daughter aside and taking the incredibly powerful attack from Kaito, which exploded. But how? On the ground lay the Supreme Sage, completely wounded and unconscious. Goku immediately shifts into his perfected Ultra Instinct Phase 2 form. I'll support you with magic, Goku, and I'll heal you. Thank you so much, my friends. I'm counting on you. This is the most powerful form I have. Not even that know-it-all God could handle me in my normal form. And do you really think that with your power you can do anything to me? I won't know that until I try. Goku shouted as he hurled himself with all his might at the entity which would slow Goku down. However, behind Goku were Kareli and Lux, who were granting him magic and energy, making Goku a bit more immune, allowing him to land a punch on the Supreme Deity's face and smash him against some rocks. Wow, I don't feel tired at all. Thanks to Lux and Kareli giving me their energy, I have more power than usual. I have to take advantage of this. Zyko gets up. I think you've surpassed your limits. Zyko, very angry, began to change the scenery. There are no planets or stars in sight, only the vast white space where reality seems to fade away. A terrain where the laws of the universe no longer make sense. The air vibrates with pure energy as Goku begins to charge up even more energy, scaring Kaito a little. Does he really want even more power? Goku, you're going to explode if you... Stop, Goku, what are you doing? Suddenly Tanya would appear. What's going on? We're giving Goku energy, but I don't know what he's trying to do. He keeps increasing his energy more and more. At this rate, he's going to explode? Tanya shouts, Goku, what do you think you're doing? You already have a lot of energy, don't increase it anymore. Your body won't be able to take it, Tanya and Lux, Kareli. I won't be able to defeat this guy with my current power. I have to surpass my limits. That's why, give me a little more of your energy. Shouted the Saiyan, charging up even more magical and divine energy. His arms and muscles would swell up. Goku, please, I don't want you to die, exclaimed the Supreme One through tears. But Goku would no longer listen. That bastard killed everyone I care about. So no matter what happens, I will raise my powers to infinity. It reached a point where the very fabric of space and time would tear from such an amount of energy. Everyone is left motionless. Goku, what? Damn it, I can't move. What's happening? He stopped time. Everyone would watch as Goku floated, wrapped in a golden white aura that pulsed with the divine power flowing through him. His eyes shone with a rainbow-like mix of colors. Goku, is that Goku? It can't be possible, is that Goku? Everyone remained expectant as they witnessed a different aspect of Goku. He had transformed into a non-existent phase, the Super Saiyan Omniversal. Everyone is left amazed. Red lines filled with energy surround all of Goku's veins. On one hand, Kaito stepped back in astonishment, but he wouldn't be left behind, as the most powerful Supreme increased his energy to the maximum, transcending dimensions. His figure seemed to deform and distort, changing size and shape with every second. His mere presence alters the structure of space-time. Kaito laughs. Do you think you can intimidate and challenge me? I am the one who transcends all realities. Goku, with a determined look, only planned to live in peace with my friends and avenge those you took from me. Both deities, furious, would hurl themselves at each other. In an instant, the battle would begin. Kaito moves a finger and the fabric of space around him folds. Everything seems to disappear when he attacks. Goku barely has time to react, but his speed, enhanced by his new power, manages to surpass the speed of space itself. Impossible. Goku charges forward, unleashing a series of incredibly fast blows. Each punch seems to fracture the air, but when they land on Kaito, the deity barely needs to block them, yet he doesn't fall behind either. Thus, Kaito, at an incalculable speed, moving between dimensions, appears above Goku. Got you. He throws a super punch, but Goku uses a technique that disconnects time, leaving Kaito paralyzed. What the hell? I've got you. The Saiyan then begins to charge a Super Kamehameha, amplified 100 times, and fires it at Kaito's stomach, completely piercing through him. Kaito spits up blood, but with his last bit of strength, he manages to land a very powerful punch to Goku's face, sending him crashing to the ground. Both of them fall to the ground at the same time, while in the distance, Tanya, Kareli, and Ilux watch in awe. Those two are on the same level. I'm completely in shock. I can barely see what they're doing. I've never seen a fight at this level before. Goku tries to stand up but falls to his knees. What the hell was that punch? Why did it weaken me so much? Meanwhile, Zyko was regenerating the hole that Goku had made in him with his attack, which was costing him a lot of energy and power. Both of them regenerate, and so they continue their super battle for many more minutes. It seemed like the battle would never end, since they both had incredible endurance and great regeneration, but both had reached their limits where they could no longer regenerate. But Goku would have the advantage. Is that all you've got? Kaito, somewhat desperate and angry. I should be the most powerful one here. It's not possible for you to defeat me. Admit your defeat and just die already. Goku began to charge up a Super Kamehameha, this time amplified 1,000 times over. What? Is it not possible? Did he still have enough energy left to pull off that attack? That attack will kill me without a doubt. Damn it! What should I do? Kaito looks at Tanya smiling. Say goodbye to this cursed world, shouted Goku, about to unleash the most powerful Super Kamehameha, but Kaito appears behind Tanya. You are mine. Tanya turns around, and at that moment, Kaito immobilizes her by raising his hand to rip out her heart. Goku is shocked. No! Tanya! Kaito drives his hand into her chest, ripping out her heart and crushing it. This leaves everyone in shock, but they are even more surprised when they see that Ilux had stepped in front of Tanya, sacrificing his life and causing Kaito to rip out his heart instead of hers. Ilux! Tanya screamed. Goku immediately appears behind Kaito with the Super Kamehameha, and with all the hatred and rage in the world he says, die once and for all. The attack hits Kaito directly, turning him completely to ashes. Tanya, Goku, and Corelli rush over to Ilux. Ilux, no, you can't leave. I'm sorry, my friends. I didn't think it would end like this. Don't talk, Ilux. It's okay. Everything will be fine now. Everything will get better because we've already defeated him. Isn't that right? Ilux smiled as he slowly slipped away. Tanya, with tears in her eyes. I'm sorry, Ilux. Why? Why did you do that, Tanya? You have a long life ahead with Goku. I hope you can live happily. It makes me happy to always see you both so cheerful. Goku and Tanya were speechless, beginning to shed a few tears. No, please, Ilux. Master. Thank you, Goku. Thank you for everything. Thank you for saving everyone. And to you, Corelli, thank you for bringing me such good disciples. Ilux? Ilux closed his eyes, passing away. A silence echoed throughout the entire room. Ilux, your death was the most heroic thing I have ever witnessed. I will never forget you, Master. Goku took Ilux's body and made a small grave for him. Meanwhile, Corelli tried to help her father. Hours passed like this. Tanya told everyone that the war was over. The supreme gods who were against them fled when they saw that Kaito had died, thus winning the battle. However, many supreme beings died, and all the gods and angels are extinct. Millions of races were wiped out. Corelli and Goku became sad, and so did he. Apparently, Kaito destroyed the Super Dragon Balls and all the wish-granting spheres from every universe. This leaves Goku paralyzed, who can only lower his head, losing all hope of ever seeing his friends again. The Saiyan begins to shed a few tears, and Tanya simply hugs him, comforting him. And so, despite having won the battle, Goku had lost more than he had gained. Me? I trained so hard to bring my friends back to life, and now, Goku would fall into a deep depression, but he would calm down after a few hours. Are you feeling better now, Goku? Don't worry. The God of Wisdom would stand up and thank everyone for having saved the multiverse, and said that when they returned to the planet they would celebrate with a great feast for being victorious, and would also hold a tribute for all the soldiers and lives that were lost. With that, the Supreme would take his leave. Right then, Vegeta would appear before them, completely covered in blood. Vegeta, is that you? Vegeta had taken out his anger on the God of Mentality, having eliminated him. Corelli, overjoyed to see Vegeta, throws herself into his arms and gives him a kiss, which would surprise everyone. Vegeta would blush intensely. But what do you think you're doing? What? Didn't you want that? Corelli shouted, blushing deeply, and Vegeta just turned his head, confirming that he was in love with her. Corelli, now truly happy, hugs the Prince of the Saiyans, while Goku and Tanya simply embrace each other affectionately. And so, having finished all of this, they would return to their new home, which would be the Supreme Planet. Upon arriving, they would celebrate their victory, but there would also be much sadness as they were honored. And so, 14 years would have passed. Goku would have married Tanya and had a son who would be named Ilux in honor of his master and the Supreme who saved Tanya's life. Both of them were living very happily, while on the other hand, Vegeta had 2 children with Corelli, who were half Saiyan and half Supreme. Both Saiyans had been living very happily all that time, but what they didn't know was that something was approaching, and that something was a memory from their past. And that was how these warriors had